Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm AndyRC and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Eachine QX90C Pro. Now this is actually the third version that has been released under the QX90 name. So we had the original QX90 and then the 90C. And then this is the 90C Pro, and I'm really looking forward to checking it out because I really liked the 90C. I think they are a fantastic option for beginners because they are a brushed motor, so they aren't as powerful as brushless. However, they do have quite a bit of oomph, so you can still do acro with them, and yeah, they are a great progression from something like a toy Hubsan to something like this. And they have added this time the F3 all-in-one, so it's got Betaflight on-screen display and of course Betaflight as well. I think it's flashed with version 3.21, and you can see there that the frame is all-in-one and it's a plastic frame, and I do think the frame is going to break. So there's actually a few different versions that you can get of this. This is the standard version, which has a couple of batteries with it. And then you've got the basic version, which basically just comes with the copter and a battery. And then the advanced version, you've got a charger and you have got spare frames as well. So it might benefit you if you are new to this sort of thing to go for the advanced version where you get different frames that you can switch out if they break. Now, I have never broken a frame in the QX series, but I do reckon that it will break. You know, it's fairly flexible, so you know it's got a little bit of give in it there. And you can see we've got this canopy over the top here, and this actually comes off really easily. You've just got two clips on the side, but be careful because the camera is connected directly here and it's on some screws, so you can adjust the angle of the camera, but you can see this just lifts up there. So this is the all-in-one board. It's an F3, and you can see it's also got a beeper on there for a lost model alarm and your low voltage as well, which is really nice for such a small form factor. This is the FreeSky version, but you can get it in FlySky 2.8 and DSM2, DSMX as well. One thing I'll say is the FreeSky D8 version actually has the RSSI on an aux channel, and that is set up out of the box. The setup is pretty nice, although I did have to go and change the modes. It was set up to have arming on the aux 1 and the modes on the aux 2, but I had to move the sliders to be in place of the FreeSky's PWM values on the switch there, but not a huge thing. It had motor stop turned on, so I have turned that off. It's just got stock PIDs in there, so I imagine that will need some work, and stock rates as well. And I've moved the on-screen display around a little bit. You can see we've got a little antenna there. It is on a sticky pad, so I guess you could say it's soft mounted. And then the FPV camera, it is a all-in-one 25 milliwatt 48 channel CMOS camera, and we've just got a little linear antenna there coming out of the top, and we've got the LEDs on the back there. So one set is for the 8 channels and the other set is for the bands, and then you've got a little button on the top there as well to change all of that. So I am just going to clip this back on there. Yeah, so it does need a little bit of setup, but I think you could get it going out of the box for sure. The batteries are a 600 milliamp 1S, and if it's anything like the originals, I have to say originals because there's more than one of them, then you should get a decent flight time out of it. It weighs 34 grams without a battery and 50 grams with a battery, and we've got these 55mm propellers. The motors, they do look like Dark Edition motors, so we'll have to see what the performance is like. So this is the other stuff that you get with the standard version. So we've got a manual in there. One thing I wish the manual had was a chart for the all-in-one camera, so you know what channel that you're on. It doesn't have that, but it does have a schematic there and some Betaflight setup, etc. as well. So yes, with this version I've got 2 more batteries, so that is nice. We have got a spare set of propellers, and we've got a carbon fiber prop remover. We have got a charger, so micro Lozi there. These are not high volt batteries, by the way, they are just a normal 1S. Then we have got a screwdriver there, and you can see they are reusing this box for all of the versions because there's nothing in there for mine. Okay, let's have a look to see what this guy is like. Wow, it jumped off the ground there, and I'm only on just, what, 20% throttle? Okay, let's see what the punch is like with this guy. Wow, that is impressive. I tell you what, quite a lot of those one cell brushless models don't have that performance. Look at that! I would say some 2-cell brushless models don't have that performance. That's pretty impressive, I gotta say. This thing is fast. It's wobbling around a little bit though. I think it is going to need a tune, but man, it's a good starting point. Let's try acro. Just look at that performance. A little brushed model doing that. Fantastic. Now this is going to be a great contender for someone's first acro model. It's not going to do much harm. And it's got the performance there. I mean, I'm not having to worry about my throttle position here. It's really, I mean, yeah, 20% hover. I mean, I have upped the idle a little bit, but you know, I would say it's a pretty normal value for brushed. I think it's set at 1070 or 1080, something like that. Man, we got some huge birds here scrapping. But yeah, power loop, look at that. Well, almost a power loop. This thing's impressive, guys. It's really impressive for a brushed model. Look at that. I am actually blown away. I thought this was just going to be another one cell brushed model, but there's something special about this one. It's got the power, it really has. Look at that. And I bet it's going to have a decent flight time as well with that big battery. Yeah, I found that when you put these all-in-one boards with the on-screen display on a 1S brushed model, I tend to find it suffers with the power, not this guy. Wow, impressive. Okay, I think that's enough of that. Let's just flick it back into angle mode to see if there's any drift. I mean, it's windy here today, so it's kind of drifting anyways, but yeah, that's fine. Let's come in for a landing and do some FPV with this guy. Okay, let's have a go doing FPV with this guy. Now, I can see it wobbling around already. Needs a good tune. And these brushed models, they aren't always so easy to tune. You tend to find you have to go really high on the D. And yeah, it's not too bad though. I think you get a good experience with it out of the box. So much power there, it's unbelievable. It quite shocked me actually. So, you know, this is just a CMOS camera though, and when the sun is on the horizon like it is now, then, you know, the dynamic range isn't so hot. But it's flyable, and this will be fine for a first model, certainly a first acro model. The only thing that concerns me a little bit is I did a build with one of these boards some time ago, and it didn't take long for the Fet to wear out, so I'd be concerned about that. But so far this one's doing okay. Great range on it, although just looking at the RSSI value, it is getting pretty low, so you don't want to be taking it too far. Let's have a look at that. So those trees at the back there, 120 meters thereabouts, and the camera's breaking up anyway, so you know, we're limited by that anyways. So let's see what I do to the tune. I think the roll's okay, nice and snappy. The pitch, well yeah, pitch needs some work doing for sure. Yeah, you see it's not even backflipping properly, so yeah, I think it needs more D. Oh, mind the tree. I think it needs more D and probably more P as well, because it's wobbling around. But ain't too bad, ain't too bad. Let's see if we could go slow. Yeah, if you go slow on there, then you can do a hesitation maneuver. But yeah, it's getting a little bit of bounce and all sorts of things. Look at the battery voltage, 3.3. And we're at a nearly 3-minute flight time. I bet you're going to get 5 or 6 minutes out of this. So very good for practicing, for sure. And yeah, I like it. Great price to get into the hobby. I do think if you're a beginner, you'd end up breaking a few of these frames. So you might want to go for the advanced version, or just buy them as a spare, if you can get them as a spare. It's got all the power to get you out of trouble that you need. Yeah, that battery voltage isn't going anywhere. Yeah, it does look like the range on the video is a little bit limited. As you can see, you can do the majority of the maneuvers that you can do with a brushless model. Even a cartwheel. This thing has the power to pull out of all of them. But yeah, you can see it getting knocked around. As I say, more difficult to tune. Right, the battery voltage is at 3. I would imagine it'll start to drop a lot at about 2.9. But you know, we are 4.5 minutes in here and it's still going. Tempted to see how long it'll be till it falls out of the sky. You can see 2.9 there now. I'm expecting it to drop faster. I won't take it out too far. Yeah, it's fast, this one, if you have your camera at an angle. Oh, that sun's gonna be tricky though. Oh, there we go. No more power. So what was that? 5 minutes, man, that is impressive. Yeah, I like it. I'll put a link in the description if you wish to get one. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.